we doing? How was the break? Are you aware that it's over? Okay, then we shall move on. Have we all entered that thing for the giant stocking? Then we can indeed move on. We'll be a winner in the next half hour, don't you worry about that. Come on, finish yours. Well, it's getting late. Actually, it's not. It is 23 past 11, proving it's live. Now, we're about to move. Sorry, it's radio, it's hard to shake. This is the third bracket. There will be no more after this. But I want to tell you something about our next guest. I travelled to Brisbane with our next guest earlier in the year. It was a witness protection program, I don't want to talk about it. And we had the family from hell sitting behind us on the plane. Now, I'm sure you've all encountered this family. I think there's actually a few of them. And there was Mum, Dad, and the weird son, right? And Dad was one of those guys who just has to talk. You know those? They just, mindless shit, but they just have to talk. And he took it upon himself to narrate the flight. 2-hour flight to Brisbane, okay. And he was just like, we were near the back of the plane. You got the TVs hanging down the middle, right? And they were running footage of the North Korean mourning frenzy. Remember their leader died and all the North Koreans went nuts for a few days? It was pretty amazing footage. So Morgs and myself were watching that. And the bloke behind us, Dad, sums up the Australian bloke's attitude by saying, geez, they go off a bit, don't they? That Norm Penn bloke. Then there was a pause. And he said, 6 TVs. And Mum, who'd been relatively quiet, said, yeah, but the furthest away one's got the best colour. Remember that, Morgs? Was that a flight to remember? I think they were from Brisbane. I can't be sure. I'm not a big fan of Brisbane, possibly, but we're a long way from them, and I can say that. But the best bit, this is honestly true, Morgs will back me up, we're coming into land, and you know you're coming into land. I mean, number one, you can see it, right? You can see the ground coming up at you, and if that's not enough proof, the pilot will invariably tell you, we're gonna land. Whack on your seatbelts, all that sort of shit. So everyone, I think, on the plane had pretty much sussed out we were going to land. Dad says, we're gonna land. Oh, yeah, we're landing now. Yeah, we've landed. Gee, smooth. Oh, hang on. The expert fucked up. And weren't we pleased as a group? I wanted to show you, I can't actually show you, it was too small. I tore this out of a Brisbane Yellow Pages. It's not every day I tear something out of the Brisbane Yellow Pages. There's a good reason for that, and I think it's obvious. But I was drawn inexplicably to the demolition pages of the Yellow Pages in Brizzy. Now, some of you may be familiar with the work of the Dean brothers. They're sort of the Duggan Dinsdale of the demolition business. The Dean brothers specialise in going in the dead of night and demolishing buildings that are classified. And then the next morning saying, oh, that's the one that was classified. Oh, well, too late now. And one of their greatest works was a weird sort of amphitheatre old thing. There was a real big stink about it. They went in at like 2 in the morning, flattened it, and then apologised in the morning and took the cash. And their display ad in the Yellow Pages, you have to trust me on this, but their display ad is actually an artist's impression of what that building used to look like. And underneath it, it said, demolition contractors, no salvage, just demolition and clean-ups. Dean Brothers, all we leave behind are the memories. True, Yellow Pages. Let me tell you something else about Brisbane. Remember how we used to have Melbourne Extra with John Yost? Going back a few years, someone must remember. And there was Sydney Extra, and there was Adelaide Extra, and everyone had extras. There is one extra still going, Brisbane Extra. Does anyone else find it odd But the capital city in Australia where the least happens on a daily basis, they've got a show dedicated to shit that happens on a daily basis. In fact, it was on Brisbane Extra that I saw a story all about the droughts they're having, and they said it's the worst drought on record. I thought I'd get fucked. That's what you said about the last one. Can't believe anything. Sorry, you'll understand that eventually. I've dug a hole out of which our next guest will climb, ladies and gentlemen, for it is his duty as a comedian. Never said I was a comic. I know the running order. That's what I've got going for me.
What's the time, Dave?
Yeah, it's now 11:29, proving yet again, Anthony, that it is live. Thank you very much. But I did that gag. Still, a couple of people at the back obviously just called it things. That's good. Guess who's on next? You'll never guess. He's the penultimate act. That's my word for the week. I learned that just the other day. He is on, and then there will be the all-in, no holds barred, nativity play 94, as described on the back of this t-shirt. But someone will win after this next bracket, person. That's the one. I don't need to say anything because I'm in a hole, and he will leap around the rim of it and look down on me. He doesn't have to come in with me, okay? Because you're a cheese shop audience and you forgive. It wouldn't be a cheese shop, ladies and gentlemen, without Anthony Morgan.